Hello, you're watching Movie Snapshot Scenes, and this is the summary of Blade Runner 2049. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. In the grey haze of a dying world, where snow falls like ash and humanity clings to the remnants of its former glory, a new Blade Runner walks the line between man and machine. His name is K, a replicant himself, engineered, obedient, and designed to obey. But beneath his synthetic skin, something stirs. K is a new model, crafted by the Wallace Corporation to hunt and retire older replicants who defy their programming. He moves with calm precision, his face unreadable, his soul, if it exists, hidden in silence. But he is efficient, deadly, and loyal. The story begins in the far reaches of the wastelands, where K tracks down an older model replicant named Sapper Morton, a farmer, quiet, alone. But when K confronts him, the peace shatters. The two fight brutally, metal against muscle, steel against will. K emerges victorious, but something doesn't add up. Beneath a tree near Sapper's home, he discovers a buried box. What lies inside changes everything. The box contains the bones of a woman. But not just any woman. She died during a C-section. A replicant who gave birth, an impossibility, a miracle, a threat. K reports the finding to Lieutenant Joshi, his superior at the LAPD. She knows the truth must never surface. If people discover that replicants can reproduce, it will break the fragile wall between human and machine. Order will collapse. War could rise. Her command is simple: erase all evidence, find the child, kill it. K accepts the mission. No hesitation, no resistance. He is a Blade Runner. This is what he was built for. But something in him begins to shift. The mystery of the child gnaws at the edges of his programming. Visions begin to haunt him, memories he was never supposed to have. A carved wooden horse, a furnace, a child running through the rain, echoes of a life that shouldn't be his, but feels like it is. As K delves deeper, the line between duty and identity blurs. He was created to follow, but now, for the first time, he's starting to question. And in the cold, synthetic light of the future, questions are dangerous things. Los Angeles, 2049. The city pulses like a wounded machine. Neon-drenched, cold, and humming with life, both real and artificial. K walks its crowded streets like a shadow, a hunter among ghosts. But now, he's no longer just pursuing a target. He's chasing a truth buried in memory and myth. The bones from the box are analyzed. The DNA belongs to a replicant, Rachel, once a Nexus 7, created by the long-defunct Tyrell Corporation. Her child's existence, if proven, would mean replicants are not just tools, they are life. And somewhere, that child is out there. K begins to follow the trail. His investigation leads him to the Wallace Corporation, the monolithic tech giant that now builds replicants and dreams of colonizing the stars. Neander Wallace, their blind, godlike creator, is obsessed with one thing: evolution. And the miracle of a replicant birth is the missing piece to his divine puzzle. Wallace sends his cold and lethal enforcer, Love, to retrieve the child before K can. She smiles with cruelty, hiding violence beneath elegance. Meanwhile, K searches for fragments of the past. His investigation takes him to an orphanage in the ruins outside the city. Among the broken walls and discarded lives, he finds a familiar object, a small wooden horse, just like the one from his memory. But it's not just memory anymore. The horse is real. K begins to wonder, could he be the child? Could those memories be his? He visits Dr. Anna Stelline, a gifted memory designer who creates synthetic experiences for replicants. She examines the memory of the horse, of the child hiding it in terror, and reveals something shocking. It's real, not an implant, not fiction, a true memory. The truth hits K like a storm. He is a replicant. Replicants can't be born. But the memory, the horse, it's his, isn't it? For the first time, Kay's identity begins to collapse inward. The machine starts to crack. He's not sure who or what he is anymore. His orders say to destroy, but his heart, whatever it's made of, says to understand. The search for the child has become a search for himself, and in a world built on lies, nothing is more dangerous than remembering the truth. The wooden horse weighs heavy in Kay's hand, an artifact of memory, of a past he never thought could be his. The line between implanted illusion and lived truth begins to blur. The LAPD orders him to disappear. The Wallace Corporation hunts him. Yet still, he walks forward, driven not by orders, but by something deeper, something human. Back at his sterile apartment, Kay turns to the only comfort he knows, Joy, his digital companion, a hologram, programmed to love him. But she is more than pixels. She encourages him, believes in him, tells him what he dares not say aloud, that he is special, that he might be the miracle everyone's searching for, and Kay begins to believe. Guided by fragmented records, he follows a fading trail that leads him to the outskirts of civilization, where the earth turns to ruin and the sky forgets to shine. There, among broken buildings and twisted silence, he finds a name long buried in history, Rick Deckard. Deckard, once a Blade Runner like Kay, now a ghost, hiding in the ruins of Las Vegas, surrounded by radioactive dust and memories. Kay finds him, living with a dog, haunted by loss and the weight of a love long gone. Their meeting is not gentle. Deckard doesn't trust easily. His love, Rachel, the replicant who defied her nature, is dead. Their child, their impossible child, vanished into myth. And now, a stranger appears, claiming a connection to it all. Kay asks the question burning in his core, "Am I your son?" Deckard doesn't answer. Maybe he doesn't know. Maybe he does. And the truth is too dangerous to speak. But their reunion doesn't go unnoticed. Love tracks Kay to Vegas, descending like an angel of death. Explosions rip through the ruins. Kay is left broken and bleeding. Deckard is taken, captured to be brought before Wallace, the god who would tear apart the universe to find a soul in synthetic flesh. Left for dead, Kay is rescued by a mysterious resistance of replicants who reveal a deeper truth. He is not the child. The memories aren't his. The miracle belongs to someone else. But that doesn't make him meaningless. Kay stares at the horizon, his purpose shattered, but not his resolve. He may not be the chosen one, but he can still choose to matter. The revelation shatters Kay, not with violence, but with silence. He is not the miracle child. The memory he clung to as his own was never his. The horse, the furnace, the escape, it belonged to someone else. He is just another replicant, crafted, by design, his life a tool in someone else's narrative. But this time, something changes. Instead of breaking, he awakens. In the underground shadows of the Resistance, a new truth is revealed. A group of replicants, free, awakened, alive, prepares for revolution. They believe the child is the key to liberation, proof that their kind are not property, but people. But they won't risk exposing the child, not even for Kay. Their secrecy is survival. Kay listens as their leader speaks. Dying for the right cause is the most human thing we can do. It's not the answer he wanted, but it's the one he needs. Meanwhile, Deckard is brought before Nyanda Wallace. The blind architect of synthetic evolution plays God with flesh and memory. He tempts Deckard with a clone of Rachel, perfect, young, and identical to the one he loved. Wallace offers salvation in exchange for a name, the location of the child. But Deckard, weary and broken, resists. He knows that some things, like love, are more than code, more than function, and he refuses to give them up. Wallace orders Louvre to take Deckard off-world, to extract the truth by any means necessary. But Kay has made his choice. No longer a pawn of the LAPD, no longer a believer in his own myth, he becomes something else, a protector. Not because he was programmed to, but because he chooses to. And in that choice, he finds his soul. He intercepts the transport, facing Louvre in a brutal, rain-soaked battle near the crashing surf. Steel clashes, glass breaks, blood spills. Kay is wounded, but refuses to fall. He drowns her beneath the rising tide, ending her cruelty in silence. Deckard watches, stunned, as Kay frees him. The replicant says nothing of the child, only this: sometimes, the best thing you can do for someone is to keep them hidden. As the sea crashes around them, Kay stares. Up at the sky, he is not the chosen one, but he chose. The ocean roars in the distance as Kay and Deckard disappear into the cold silence of the city. The storm has passed, but its consequences echo louder than any explosion. Deckard, still reeling from the confrontation with Wallace and the ghost of Rachel, is quiet, guarded. Kay, battered and bruised, carries more than wounds now. He carries a purpose. Kay brings Deckard to a place far from the eyes of the world. No more surveillance, no more orders, just stillness and a chance. Deckard doesn't ask questions. Perhaps he already knows. Perhaps the truth has been waiting in the corners of his mind all this time. The thought of a daughter, born of love, not science, has haunted him for decades. But he's stayed away, believing his absence was protection. Kay doesn't push him. Instead, he offers a gift. Not a name, not a location, but a moment. He tells Deckard there is someone he should meet. Back in the city, Dr. Anna Stelline continues her delicate work, alone in her glass-walled laboratory. She crafts dreams for others while locked inside her own reality, isolated due to a rare genetic condition, or so the world believes. She builds beauty from memory, layering emotion into illusion. But her own memories, her own life, remain untouched. Unknown. Until now. Deckard steps into the room. He sees her through the glass, alive, radiant, lost in the art of creation. She doesn't recognize him. Not yet. But something stirs. The moment is fragile, sacred. He doesn't speak, he simply watches her. His eyes fill not with regret, but with wonder, with love. Outside, Kay collapses on the steps, his breath slowing, the cold biting deeper. The wounds from his fight with love have taken their toll. He lies beneath the falling snow, staring up at the sky. For the first time, he feels something, close to peace. He wasn't the child, but he became something more. A guardian, a believer. A man who made a choice, not because it was written in code, but because it was right. As the snow settles over his body like a blanket, the music fades, and so does he, not with a scream, but with a whisper. Snow falls gently over the city, muffling the chaos of the world. Time seems to slow, as if holding its breath. In a world built on walls and wires, something has broken through, something real. Not rebellion, not revolution, connection. Inside, the lab, Anna Stelline continues her delicate work, unaware of how close she stands to truth. Deckard watches her through the glass, unable to speak, his heart heavy with years of silence. For a lifetime, he has lived as a ghost, haunted by love, hunted by power, hiding from hope. But now, standing in the quiet of this moment, he feels it return. He knocks on the glass. Anna looks up. Their eyes meet, his, filled with recognition and awe, hers, curious and kind. She smiles politely, unaware. Deckard doesn't say the words. He doesn't need to. Some truths are too fragile to speak aloud. But in his gaze, she might feel it. The echo of something lost and found. Outside, Kay lies motionless on the steps, snow dusting his face like ash from another world. His chest rises slowly, barely. His final breath is not filled with fear, but fulfillment. He was not born. He will not be remembered in history books. But he lived. He chose. He changed something. If not the world, then a man, a moment, a future, a spark. In his final seconds, Kay stares at the sky, snow falling like stars. Somewhere in the silence, he remembers the words Anna once told him. All the best memories are hers. But now, he has one too. Deckard steps out into the snow. He finds Kay there, still, peaceful, heroic in his quiet surrender. There are no words, just understanding, respect, gratitude. Deckard kneels beside him, eyes full, heart cracked open. This replicant, this stranger, gave him something no one else could. A chance to be a father. A second beginning. Deckard rises, walking toward the lab, toward Anna, toward the life once denied to him. Behind him, Kay remains in the snow like a fallen angel whose wings were never visible. In the quiet, in the cold, in the dark, a soul flickered once, and it was enough.